Have you ever heard of the bubble method? That is exactly what we're doing today to make our patriotic wreath. It's going to be red, white, and blue. We're going to use some poly deco mesh, and also we're going to make a bow that has a little bit of a twist to it. It's going to be fun, it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be simple all at the same time. With that said, let's get started. For this wreath, I'm starting with a 21-inch white roll of deco mesh. You can use any deco mesh type. This particular one is actually a deco poly mesh. For your ribbon, you can definitely use your leftovers like I'm using here. All of these are wired. This one, of course, is 2.5 inches. This one's 1.5 inch, and it has that pretty scalloped look on the edges. And then another blue one. For decor, I'm going to be using these 2 stars. Our wreath is white already, and they're going to look beautiful on there. I used up the white one in between. The white one would blend in with the deco mesh anyway. I got this set at the DollarTree, and everything I'm going to use you'll be able to find in the description box below and where I purchased it. Some beautiful red, white, and blue berries, a pack of pipe cleaners, and a 14-inch metal wreath base. When making a bubble wreath, you will need 10 yards of deco mesh, whether it be a 21-inch roll, 2 10-inch rolls. You just overlap one on top of the other and make the bubbles, and then 3 to possibly 4 6-inch rolls, but make sure that you have your 10 yards. If you are using a roll that is 5 yards, that's just going to last you for half of the wreath. If you're using an 8-inch wreath base, then 5 yards is going to be plenty. So there you have it, 21, 10, and 6. I'm going to get started by preparing my wreath base. There's a few ways to do it. First of all, you can either use pipe cleaners or you can use zip ties. I'm going to use 2 only, one for the beginning and one for the end. And then I'm going to need another one for the bow. And then you can either attach your pipe cleaners to the wreath right away like I'm going to do, or you can attach them as you go along and make your bubbles. All I'm going to do is take pipe cleaners, and you're going to need 21 of these, and cut them in half. 6 inches is more than enough for what we need. I am going to fold it in half just so it's easier for me to grab and attach. We're going to attach our pipe cleaners 7 per section. The first one is going to go on this intersection, and then 6 in the middle, and then 1 on the intersection, 6 in the middle, for a total of 7 per section. You can attach either to a single row or double rows. I do like to attach by doubles because I feel like it gives it a little bit more stability. So if you're using a wreath that's a little bit on the bigger side, definitely grab your pipe cleaner and twist it towards the outside on row 3. I'm going to do the opposite. My wreath is going to be basically those stars and the big bow. So I'm going to go on rows 2 and 3 and then twist my pipe cleaner. I know you're looking at this little tail thinking, Nadia, that's not going to be enough. My friends, this is going to be more than enough to attach, and then you're going to have to do no cutting at all. You're going to twist the rest up and just hide it. So that kind of makes it easier. And now I'm going to attach 6 pipe cleaners on the inside of the section. My first section is done, and now we're just going to repeat the same thing. 1 in the intersection and 6 on the inside of the section. The wreath base is all done. All the pipe cleaners are on, and now it's time to grab our deco mesh. Our deco mesh is going to be rolling onto the table so that the bubbles are going to lay down really nicely. First, let's gather the deco mesh. Next, I'm going to attach it, twist the pipe cleaners up, fold back. I'm going to grab that zip tie, which is under Rocky. I'm going to push the tail towards the back, zip tie it to row 2. Our bubbles are going to be 8 inches long. That's this dark square right here. When I measure my bubble, I make sure that I go nice and tight, because if you measure loosely, you may not have enough left when you go all the way around. I measure from the attachment of the pipe cleaner. I got my 8 inches. Pull it in, grab that next pipe cleaner, squeeze all of that deco mesh in there, and twist our pipe cleaner. As you can see, there is a tail. Twist it up and fold it back. And now this process continues. Measure off your 8 inches, bring the bubble in and attach. Fold back. This poly mesh is so big. I'm going to start opening my little bubbles up because I feel like it's getting to be hard to work with because it's so thick and full. Look at this gorgeousness. This is only 3 bubbles in. All right, my friends, off I go. I'm going to make bubbles, open every single one of them as I attach. I'm making the 6th bubble. I don't think I can make a 7th when using poly mesh, so I'm actually going to remove one of my pipe cleaners. But if you're using regular Deco mesh, you will need all 7 more than likely, because that mesh is much thinner than the one that I'm using. Going to go ahead, attach this one, and then remove one pipe cleaner from the rest of the sections because you just don't need any more. Twist up, fold back. I attached to the next intersection. Look how full this section is. This is white Deco mesh, and as you can see, you cannot see through it. This is pretty solid and pretty filled in. Okay, we're gonna move Rocky just a little bit. I'm halfway done attaching the Deco mesh, which means 3 sections filled, and I did 6 loops in each section just because I felt like there was no room for the 7th with this Deco mesh. I'm going to do my last loop, cut the excess off, and I do have some excess because I did 6 bubbles instead of 7. Let's twist that in place. The tail that I have left, I'm going to push it to the back of the wreath. With the zip tie, I'm attaching the tail to the closest row, which is row 2 in this case. Cut the excess off. If you have any tail sticking out, cut that off. Now I'm just pushing the tail back towards the front, and it's going to disappear between the bubbles. Open up that last bubble. As you can see, it filled in quickly. You can't even tell where I started, where I ended. And now it's time to decorate. To attach the little stars, I'm going to use 2 pipe cleaners and 2 pieces of scrap felt. I cut these at about 1 inch by 2 inches. And it's going to be easy. I'm going to put a line of hot glue right in the center. Then I'm going to take my pipe cleaners, fold them in half, but make sure it's flat in the middle. Hot glue on top of the pipe cleaner, and at the bottom, our piece of felt. Put that right over. This is going to keep the star nice and secure. Same thing with the red one. The stars are done. First, I'm going to attach one of the stars, and make sure you're not pulling it back too much because that's going to just sink the star in more than you need. A nice twist. Let's attach just like that. Very nice. The blue one you can attach on top or give it a little space. I want to give it a little space, but if I don't like it, I can definitely move it if I want. Our stars are on. Now let's work on the bow. To get started on our bow, I'll be using a bow maker, 2 dowels, one next to the other, a pipe cleaner, a zip tie, scissors, and of course, a bunch of ribbon. I'm going to start with my 2.5 inch ribbon. What we're going to do different with this bow is we're going to make kind of fake tails. Here is what I mean. First, measure how much I'm going to need. Here we are. I think this is where I'm going to cut it. Then I'm going to come in with my blue ribbon, 1/2 inch on both sides, and cut that. And my top ribbon, I'm going to come in 1/2 inch from that. Basically, you want the ribbon to go larger and then shorter and shorter, but not too much shorter. Next, I'm going to grab all 3 ribbons, make sure I fold in half, nice and even, and then put it on the dowel and just face it away because we will need the measurements on our bow maker to make our bows. Next, the blue one, and my favorite one. This one is just so pretty with the edging. I'm going to start the bow with the 2.5 inch ribbon. We're going to make a bow that's basically going to be a dome. All the tails and all the loops are going to kind of be evenish. That is why we have the fake tails. I'm going to start by going about 5.25 inches, somewhere around there. That means my second ribbon, we're going to go 5 inches, and then the last ribbon is even going to be shorter. Our tails and our loops are going to be the same size. The reason for that is the loops are going to get lifted and the tails are going to have dovetails, 5.25 on this side. We're going to twist, of course, because this is a one-sided ribbon. Once again, 5 1/4. That is where this one ends. Next, I'm bringing in the blue ribbon, and this one is going to get just 1/4 shorter. This one's double-sided, so we are just going to zigzag or snake up. Move this to the side to make sure we're at 5 inches. I decided to do 5 with this one just to kind of fill it in a little bit more. Before I bring in my last ribbon, I decided to add my berries. And what I like to do is go to the ends and make sure that that is folded in and secured so that the tip is taken care of. Measure out the fake tail. When I cut it, of course, I'm going to go ahead and bend that end. This one I'm going to sneak in underneath, lift it up just a little bit. I got my berries in the fake tail. Now let's get some berries here. Make sure that they have a chance to peek out. So let's do 3. I think it's going to be beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and fold all the ends. These I'm just sticking here and there in between all of them. My berries are in. Now I can get started on this ribbon. We are going to go about 4.75. This ribbon, while it looks like it's double-sided, it's not. As you can see, the seam is right here and this is the top part. So we are going to have to twist as we're moving along. Let's measure out this side, twist, and I decided to do 5 loops with this one also. That way it's going to work in beautiful with the blue. Every time you're going through that center, make sure you twist. Loop number 5. Let's cut. The most important part of your bow making is, of course, bringing it all together. I'm going to grab a zip tie, insert it this way at the bottom, lift the bow just enough to wiggle the zip tie in. Once it's in, going to make sure that we capture everything. What I like to do is make sure I hear the first few clicks while the bow is still on the bow maker, then pull my bow out. Going to measure my faux tail, make sure that's centered, and it looks absolutely fine. Okay, all my berries, those are fine too. And now we're going to wiggle it until it's nice and secure. Cut the tail off. And then put our pipe cleaner right around it, twist it in the back. And now it's time to prepare all our tails. And we have a lot in this one because we have our fake ones and we have our real ones. So just fold in half and cut out a little triangle. Our dovetails are complete. It's time to attach our bow to the wreath. I'm going to put the bow right smack center of my 2 stars, so right there. And I'm not going to push it down. It's going to stay up, especially with this wreath base. These bubbles are going to keep it up. I'm just going to push it down a little bit, maybe 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch kind of deal. Go in between. Let's attach. Because this is quite asymmetrical, the way this wreath is coming together, I want to continue that and do the hanging loop right there. Grabbing a jute cord, going to measure to make sure I don't go outside of the wreath. Make a few knots, cut off the tail, and then we're going to bring it through the front. Look how perfect this is, and it's not going outside of our wreath base. To cover the back of the wreath, I'm going to use one of my favorite methods, which is a wheel cover. The first thing we want to do is stretch this baby. After you are done stretching, grab a clamp, a clothespin, just something to hold the steering wheel cover in place. Going to grab my clamp that I use in my craft room. Once you have the clamp in place, you have 2 hands to stretch the steering wheel cover in place, and this will work for a 14-inch wreath base. Look how easy that was. This is a great way to make your wreath look professional and clean. Now it's time to take care of our bow. For our faux tails, we want this illusion that they're going against the round wreath, but of course the tails are straight. So what we're going to do is kind of like half banner tails. A banner tail is where you fold in and fold back. When I'm talking about half a banner tail, what I'm going to do is fold in one side and pinch one side. You can make it as long or as short as you want. And then fold back one side. That way this one stands straight and it folds on its own. That looks good. We're going to do this with the rest of the ribbon. Pinch up and fold back, but only pinch on the side towards the center of the wreath. This way the ribbon kind of naturally folds in. Even with this ribbon, we're going to do that one pinch and we're going to stretch the other side out. I think that looks very elegant, beautiful, and it's going along with the curve of the wreath. Now it's time to work on the bow itself. And the nice thing about the tails being all one size is we don't have to push them down. They can stick out. That is so much fun. All we have to do is just bring the layers up a little bit because you want to incorporate that beautiful blue here and there. This beautiful 2.5-inch ribbon is so nice because it kind of works in with our theme with the stars. And just continue playing with your bow until everything looks beautiful the way you want it to look. Make sure all your berries are simply sticking up. You want these to be kind of sporadic here and there. Since our wreath is going to hang down that way, it is not a sin to hot glue your ribbon in place, my friends. You want to make sure that your masterpiece stays the way you want it to stay. I don't see a problem of taking just a little dot of hot glue, attaching that ribbon in place. I'm talking about a dot so that my ribbon stays how I want it to stay. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. A gorgeous patriotic wreath that's ready for your Memorial Day and your 4th of July. I hope you enjoyed how this wreath came out, and I can't believe how thick that poly deco mesh was. So once again, if you're using poly deco mesh, make 6 bubbles. If you're using standard deco mesh, make 7 so you have a nice full wreath. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye, my friends.